I'm Tim.
Margit.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Who's this?
This is Kimberly, but we have a bit of a health issue. Actually, I'd like to go straight to the vet with her.
Oh, sure. OK, well, I'll jump in with you?
Yeah.
All right, no worries. We'll talk on the way.
This is the Atherton Tablelands in North Queensland. Margit has been caring for orphaned animals for 40 years. She's concerned enough about her latest patient, Kimberly, the Lumholtz tree-kangaroo, that we're heading straight to the vets.
Here you go.
Hi, Mick. Yeah, well, not too good, really.
Yeah.
Mick, I brought Tim along.
Hello, mate. Nice to meet you. Tim.
Nice to meet you. What's the story?
Well, she's just has a colic. She's
Margit suspects young Kimberly is suffering from colic, a disease that causes painful belly cramps.
Is she still eating, Margit, like with her normal appetite?
Not with her normal appetite.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had a big variety of foods there for the night for her, and
Yeah.
I can hardly tell what she's eaten. But she hasn't had any sweet potato yesterday or today.
Yeah.
On the way, Margit stopped and asked me to jump out and get some hibiscus flowers. There's a lot of animals that love to eat hibiscus, and if anything could coax her into having a little bit of food, this would work. Just having a preen.
What does she weigh? Have you weighed her recently?
We might as well pop her on the last time was 3 days ago. Here we go. And you've got to take that, bring that tail with you.
Right.
1.02.
Kimberly weighs just over 1 kilo. That's dangerously below average for a tree-roo her age. If we don't get this girl to eat, she could be in serious trouble. Vet Mick wants to rule out pneumonia before treating Kimberly.
She's been really good.
Yes, you're done.
Margit, the lungs sound really good. So
Well,
it
that's
doesn't sound like there's any pneumonia there. Well, I wonder if we can help her with some pain relief and maybe even... Have you ever used Valium in these guys as an appetite stimulant? Do you think it works in a low dose?
Yeah.
It also acts on the muscle to try and stop some of the spasms, so it might help with some of the colic.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be sedated or anything, but a really low dose might stimulate her appetite.
Sounds wonderful.
And also maybe some pain relief.
Well, you know, I know that she's a little bit sick, but I've never been so close to a tree kangaroo, and I am totally in awe of her.
She's gorgeous, eh? She's like a little bear.
She is. I can't believe these limbs.
Yeah.
Kangaroos' limbs are short. They're not like that.
Yes. Just gorgeous little pads. Gorgeous pads.
Tree-roos are really not that similar to their relatives on the ground. Their feet have changed. Their front arms are thick. Their tail is so much longer. Just a bit of an evolutionary marvel.
We've got medication here. So there's 2 lots of medication for Kimberly.
Yeah.
One is the Valium that will help stimulate her appetite, and Mick's also brought her a painkiller.
Well, she's definitely uncomfortable, I think. Maybe could we do this together?
Certainly. Yeah, I think so.
That'd be great. So it might take a bit of holding her down. Good girl.
Okay, so we'll just try and just drop this onto her gums if she'll let us. You're right, Kimberly. I'm sorry. That's right. You're right. They make a noise, don't they?
They certainly do.
Done.
Was that not nice? Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're
for
welcome,
that.
Margit. You're
See ya.
Nice to meet you.
Are you feeling any better?
Well, it's certainly reassuring that it's not a pneumonia, you know, that, and whatever causes the bellyache, we just have to get on top of it.
I've got a bit of medicine now for the bellyache, and hopefully, without a sore belly, she'll start feeding and, might perk up a bit and just turn back into herself.
Back home, before we test her appetite, Margit has some other hungry marsupials to feed.
She's coming out. Hello.
She knows it's feed time. You want to do this one?
What is it? Well, look at that. That's a little northern quoll. How old do you think? 2 to 3 months?
Yeah.
Look at that. And what's this little guy's story?
He was found in a shed. The actual nest was found.
Yes.
And what happened to the mother, I don't know. But they seem to be abandoned. There was a couple of dead ones.
It seems to me he's pretty lucky where he's ended up, eh?
Yeah.
As small as this may look, you might find it hard to believe that this is one of the closest relatives of the Tasmanian devil. It's the smallest of the 3 quoll species.
Next up is the eastern quoll, and then you've got the tiger quoll. And above them, the largest living carnivorous marsupial is the devil. Now, northern quolls, well, they get about the size of maybe a guinea pig when they're full grown. They're carnivorous, but they'll eat insects, geckos, birds, anything they can get their little hands on. He's done.
Now the moment of truth. Will Kimberly finally eat something?
Okay, Kimberly, let's see what we can offer you. There we go.
She's a good drinker. Do you think the treatments have worked?
Well, she had been drinking the milk all through her cramps,
Yes.
so it'll show maybe when we offer the leaves
Yes.
after.
The milk is going down a treat. Great news. But can Kimberly stomach some local flora?
Want me to take my little guy? Thank you. Hey, let go of him.
Come here. Come here.
I think she wants to explore.
Here we go.
That's good.
She does have an interest.
It's going to be a long road for young Kimberly, but she's in very good hands.
Now, I've heard you've got a pretty special man around the house. Who is Jeffrey?
Well, Jeffrey is a 9-year-old male tree kangaroo that I raised from about 600 grams.
Which is about a third the size of Kimberly now.
Yeah. He is just absolutely magnificent. Even after 3 weeks, I knew he was alpha male material. He's just so strong. Come on, I show you where Jeffrey lives.
Okay, that'd be great.
Good girl.
Jeffrey weighs a staggering 11 kilos and is the king of the jungle in these parts.
Well, this looks like perfect habitat. How big is your property?
Oh, it's 160 acres.
Yeah.
But of course, the territory is only about 10 acres.
Probably one of the best territories is this one right here, Margit's house. And that's because there's a bit of a free feed for a special tree-roo, Jeffrey, and he owns this as well as his little part of the forest.
But Jeffrey hasn't been seen in days. He's most likely defending his territory against other males.
But remember, Jeffrey started out like Kimberly, only smaller. Now, Margit didn't just hand-rear him, she got him to the point of establishing a territory in the wild, and that's a long process. Many slow introductions to the wild, learning how to climb, the foods. And now, he's an established, dominant male with his own territory. So when does he come?
It's usually morning or late afternoon, but I actually haven't seen him for a couple of days. He might just, you know...
No guarantees.
No.
So there's nothing left to do now except just sit and wait for him.
Time, as they say, waits for no man, and though I'd love to stick around and see Jeffrey, I've got to move on. I just hope nothing's happened to him. The next day, and what do you know? The elusive Jeffrey turned up. Jeffrey seems to have established a good home for himself and may well have 2 to 4 females he keeps in a close-knit group out in the forest. And who knows how many joeys he's sired since he took to the trees. I suspect he'll continue to be a frequent guest. After all, who wouldn't when you get tasty treats like Margit's homemade pasta?
Yeah, let's check the spotty tails out.
Yeah, that's a new complex.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Paul's over there.
What's he doing?
He's with a couple of spotted tail quolls. That one is hand-reared.
Look at that. Hey, mate.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Andrew calls them spotted tail quolls, but I prefer their other name, the tiger quoll. And they can be found in pockets across Tasmania, where they compete directly with devils. But over on the mainland, they live up the east coast, and they're now extremely rare. Tigers are arboreal, but only to a degree. They venture high up into the trees to make nocturnal hunts for possums and birds. But down at ground level, they'll stalk prey like snakes, lizards, and small mammals. Australia has 4 species of quoll, but the one Andrew's about to show me has been wiped out on the mainland.
Unique little animal.
This is another quoll complex. We had a look at the spotted tail quolls, and these are the eastern quolls, a little bit smaller, and there's little family groups around here.
Andrew's breeding program is designed to harbour as much knowledge as possible about the quoll, so that if anything should happen, this organisation at least will have the knowledge to know how to best treat the situation.
Right, mate.
You go in the front.
Yep, under that tree.
Yep. And I'll because I'm going to make the noise here once you're around there.
1 minute.
Yep, cool.
Yep, got one.
I've got one.
Oh, look.
Like that. Like that.
They come in 2 different colours. You've got a black one there, that's a bit rarer. And this fawn one, this is the normal colour.
These ones are young, just a few months old.
Is Mum in here too?
No, they've been separated, so we're just now working out the males and females.
Okay.
And we'll work out which ones go with the other groups for breeding. They'll breed next year.
Yeah, and so this is a good chance. Just have a look at the condition and... OK, happy?
Yep.
All right, mate. There you go, mate. This is the Trowunna woodland in Western Australia. A bush like this once covered a vast amount of the state, but nowadays it's restricted to tiny little pockets. I'm here for a very specific reason. When I was 6 years old, I watched a children's program with my dad, and in that show was a species of Australian marsupial called a numbat. And numbats are arguably one of the world's rarest mammals. I've never seen one in the wild, and this is one of the only places you can. That's exactly why I'm here.
Rob and John are a couple of mates from way back. They live and breathe Trowunna and all that live in it. So before we head out, they want to show me some little critters they've taken into their care.
Jono's got a little surprise for you, mate.
Yeah, mate.
What do you got?
Oh, a couple of little willies there.
You're kidding.
Yeah, he's a little beauty. About time for feed too now, so it's a good time. You want to have a go at him?
I do. Is he gonna... Oh, look at that. How old is he, Rob? Hello, mate.
I reckon probably about 60 days, 70 days.
And what have you got?
This one's a bit older, about 600 grams now.
Oh, they both look great.
There you go, give her one of them, Kimbo.
So what's this? A little bit of
Just
Farrick's?
Just Farrick's baby
Okay.
food.
Look
She
at
loves
that.
it.
Look at that. And what's the story? Where have they come from?
Oh, they've just been orphaned in the woodland, mate. So come into care. Hopefully they'll grow up all right and go back here. It'll be neat, you know?
Yeah,
Full
good.
circle.
That's good. And isn't it wild to think that they once were common on mainland and
Just relisted 4 weeks ago or something, mate. It's critically endangered again.
back on the list? Doesn't that make these two all the more important?
Yeah. You can pop her in there for a minute if you want, mate. She
Yeah.
can have a little stand up.
While the bottle's warming up?
exercise.
So she's not ready for the big open space?
Nah,
You just
no.
keep her in a little playpen? There you go. She is so small.
Yeah. When you think about things this small and delicate, it's no wonder that cats and foxes and that have such a big impact, isn't it?
Well, what chance does that have
Yeah.
against a fox or a cat?
Yeah.
Very sad.
All right, we'll get this bottle for her now, Tim. Like this. Should be warm enough.
Okay. Now, I fancy myself at giving bottles, but they can be tricky.
Yeah.
Does she feed well?
When she gets hold of it, mate, she'll drain it quick.
Well, she knows how to drink.
Yeah, she goes all right, eh?
That's brilliant. And the best part is that you guys are here, and there really is a chance for them to get back into the wild.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think she's done. There we go.
Wrap her up.
So even though they're different ages, they'll probably end up in the soft release enclosure together and they'll support each other at that age?
Yeah.
Well, that was a warm start to the morning. Amazing. But you know I'm here for one thing.
Numbat, mate.
You got it right.
Gotta go on that.
Let's go find one, eh?
Yeah.
We really got to find you your first one, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, I need a numbat, mate.
You need it bad.
I've wanted to see a numbat since I was 6 years old.
Well, when you see your first one, you get that excited. The feeling doesn't change. When you see your 20th one, still exactly the same.
Finding a numbat is no easy task. They're rare. One of the rarest mammals on the planet. Rob and John say there's been times when they've driven all day without seeing one, so it looks like we're settling in for the long haul. Numbers are critically low. Back in the early 1980s, there were as few as 50 left. From being widespread across southern Australia, Trowunna was the only place you could see them. Something had to be done. Loss of habitat and the wily old fox were once again the problem. A program was put in place to eradicate the foxes, which was a massive success. For a time, the numbat population soared, but without the foxes, another feral pest moved in. You guessed it, cats.
It's hard for the little fellas, isn't it? All the natives. So you remove the fox, do a good deed, the cat numbers go up and it's equally as bad.
Yep.
It's like a wave continually crashing on their heads, one wave after another, and every time you come up for air, another wave hits.
Something else.
It's believed Dryandra's numbat population is back down to around 50 individuals at the moment. That's down from a high of 400.
50 individuals. So it's a critical point now to get them back. Going from one time where they used to catch them out of here to relocate them to start other populations, back down to having to concentrate on getting this population going again, really important.
What are these, Rob?
That's him, mate. That's what we're looking for. That's numbat diggers.
That's numbat.
Yeah, look.
Ah, our
You can
first
see.
signs.
He's followed the gallery. He's got a big spot here. There might be something.
So we've got subterranean termites here. They're not the big mound that we always
No.
classically think of. They're underground.
Yeah.
And so numbats here.
Yep.
Little paws, dig.
Yep.
Long tongue goes in.
Whip them out.
Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 odd.
This is a spot for us to have a look at, mate.
I know, we keep
We
looking, hey?
concentrate around here. All this fallen timber, mate, it's great for them.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, hey? That's
Yeah.
home.
Well, you got everything, haven't you? You got the termites, you got the food, you got the bolt holes, you got a nice, warm, dry spot.
So what's the biggest threat to this timber, fire or people illegally removing it?
Probably the second one, mate, sad to say.
Firewood at home, hey?
Firewood at home.
So it's reasonable that we could have a numbat in there now.
It'd be lovely. Well, it's big enough. Stick your head and have a look, mate.
Yeah, it's a whopper. Yeah, I can't see to the middle.
Nothing in here, only one thing for it. Back in the car and start the hunt again.
And this is a real patience game.
Yeah. You know, like if you don't have a headache by the end of the day, you're not looking hard enough, mate.
I'm not worried. I expected that this was going to take time, but
Yeah.
this is the case, hey? You just look and look.
You just got to keep going, mate. The way I look at it, mate, you're not going to find them sitting on the lounge at home, are you? You just keep going until you do it. It gets to the stage sometimes where you get a little bit disheartened because you look for so long, but, you know, it can change like that.
You love it, don't you, mate?
Yeah. I came out here one time in 2008, seen my first numbat. I come back nearly every weekend ever since, mate.
It's that enthusiasm that keeps me going. We've been out for 6 hours now. If it wasn't for Rob, I'd be well on my way to thinking this was a mission impossible.
Tim, numbat, stop.
Mate?
Just over there, it's one in this pile of logs.
Where is he?
Here, mate, in this pile of logs. Yep.
As always, when it comes to spotting, there's nothing like good oil, and Rob's is amongst the best.
Mate.
Yeah, you got it.
Unbelievable.
Good stuff.
Unbelievable.
Oh, look there. Just going through the bush.
It's been a long day, but a wild numbat sighting. It certainly makes all those hours driving worth it. And tonight I'm promised a wild woylie experience with John. This could turn out to be one of my best days ever. Right in the very heart of Dryandra, there's a sanctuary dedicated to Western Australian native animals that face extinction. John's going to show me around.
How big's this enclosure?
4 hectares.
4 hectares. So they can feed themselves to some extent, but you still substitute.
We have to supplement feed, yeah. We can't find everything in 4 hectares.
Okay.
The woylie on the left is more commonly known as the brush-tailed bettong. On the right is the burrowing bettong, which is unique in the kangaroo family, as it's the only one that lives underground.
Looks like we've got a bilby coming in, Tim.
Oh, look at that. One of my favourites.
Oh, they are amazing, aren't they? Very unusual.
And they're true earth movers of the bush, hey?
Yeah.
They're tough, bilbies. They're hard to hold.
Yeah.
You know, they're a tough animal.
Yeah.
Just no match for a fox.
Not much for a fox or a cat.
Barnemia's original concept was to breed populations of various species that were once common to the area, then release them into the wild. The issue is that age-old problem I keep returning to, cats. Each time the Barnemia team have tried to release any of the natives, the ferals have wiped them out.
We have tried a couple of times, and that was the original intention of everything, was to get them back out. But with the cat numbers rising, we had to crash the whole programme. There's one thing to see them in an enclosure, Tim, but shall we see if we can find one in the wild?
Really?
I reckon we have a good chance.
Oh, make me very happy.
OK, let's do it.
Looking good. It was beautiful driving through here in the day. It's stunning at night.
Yeah. Spectacular place.
And whilst the numbats are active over the daytime, this is when it comes to life, eh?
Exactly, exactly. The secret world. There we go.
What's that?
Just up on the right, Wiley.
Wiley.
Wiley, mate. Got it?
That is my first ever wild Wiley. Hit me.
Good on you. I knew it up here. Brilliant, brilliant.
Hey, was that a little young at foot there?
That was definitely young at heel. There's two of them with one following behind, yeah. Right.
Well, after that, my blood's pumping. John's promise of a woylie honeypot is going to have to be pretty special to beat that.
The woylies, is that them we can just hear, just tap, 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 tap in the background?
Yeah, there's one coming in now.
Oh.
There's one coming
It's a woylie.
in now. It's a woylie.
Look at that.
Just like the numbat, the woylie populated a vast area of Australia up until European settlement. But by the 1920s, it had disappeared from much of its range. With just 5,500 thought to be left in the wild, they're now critically endangered. So the two little orphans John and Rob are caring for will be a small but very significant addition to the population. But the woylies don't have this place all to themselves.
Hey, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Doesn't get any better than
They're
that.
not beautiful, eh?
Brush-tailed possum is one of my favourite. I know they're common, but...
I know, well, people ignore the common stuff sometimes and they don't realise.
Got another possum.
And then
Mast owl.
that was.
A mast owl. That'll be knocking off the mammals, but
Yeah.
Australian, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a native itself. It's got to eat.
Where'd the old Wiley go?
I'd heard that mast owl.
It was, yeah.
So for fun, you come and sit here for hours and watch woylies.
It's better than television.
Right. I'm with you. What's the most you've had in here at one time?
We had the maximum that we could really count as 4.
4. It's pretty remarkable of a population
is.
that's so small worldwide, and you get 4 in here.
It's a hot spot, it really is, like we said, a honey spot.
Next day, and for once, I've had a bit of a lie-in. No point getting up at the crack of dawn if numbats are still grabbing some shut-eye. This is Tony Friend. He's been instrumental in the numbats revival over the past 30-odd years. With numbers countrywide below 1,000, he's doing all he can to help them through this current crisis.
Well, the key now is managing the predators. Foxes are reasonably easy to deal with baiting, and now cats, which have sort of moved in behind the foxes and much harder to manage, and that's where our challenge is now.
Tony is using a radio tracker to locate numbats he's previously caught and collared. He visits Trowunna on a regular basis to take data about the health and well-being of the population, and that's what we're going to do today. Woodland like this once covered the southern half of Western Australia. Today, Trowunna is all that's left. A small but extremely important island in a sea of agricultural land known as the Wheat Belt. Tony knows there's at least a couple of numbats that live in this area. Hopefully his scanner can pick up a signal.
That's a beep.
You got something?
Yep. It's very weak. You know, that's straight over there.
Thank goodness for that. I'm not sure I could do another 6-hour search for one of these critters.
Probably 100 metres, I reckon. It's a bit hard to tell, but she's still moving, so we'll probably have to follow for a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, I think we're getting pretty close now.
We're close?
Yep, that signal's screaming. Be one of these logs. No, it's not that one. Well,
So it should be,
could be this one.
it'll be inside the log.
Yep, or just this. I'm not going to be able to tell exactly where it is. Yep, strong there. Yep.
You're telling
So
me
she's
there's a number
right
in
there. That's right. Well, it's a collar anyway, but yep. That's so she's gone in this end, I think. We just need to put a trap over here, and then it's a matter of waiting.
Do you know this individual?
Yes, she's got 4 young. She was caught in on the 17th of January this year, and she already had 4 young.
Wow.
Tiny little rice bubbles, and hopefully we'll be able to find those 4 young and measure them.
Once we've set the trap, it's a waiting game. I'm told there's something like 1,000 left. That's captive in enclosures and wild like here in Trowunna. But is it enough?
Well, it's not many animals for a whole species. I mean, you're talking giant panda, there are 1,500 of them, and they are held up as the most endangered thing around. No, we're dealing with low numbers, and we need to be, 5,000 would be a little bit more comfortable. Right, I might be able to see her inside there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there she is.
You got her.
Came out. Whoa. That was pretty fortunate. We've got... Wow, that's great.
Mate.
There's a number.
This is amazing. Just look at those markings and look at that. Joey's. No time to hang about though. We've got to get this girl processed and released as soon as possible.
And let it go.
It's no wonder these critters captivate the likes of Tony, Rob and John. They truly are amazing animals, and did you know they're the closest living relative to the Tasmanian tiger?
Excited to see us, aren't you?
I'm so glad these guys are around to make sure the numbat doesn't end up the same way.
Very coy there. No, that's another girl.
4 girls.
4 girls, wow. Well, that's good for the population.
The numbats are only here thanks to the hard work put in by Tony and his team, and the long-term planning of the Department of Parks and Wildlife here in WA. Different hurdles will come and go, just like they've done in the past. So it's important the resources are there to stop the numbers of Australian extinct animals rising.
What do we do now?
Well, we can let her go.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind letting her go,
Really?
that'd be great, yeah.
I would love to do that.
Be a pleasure.
Okay.
All right, this looks like the spot.
That's good.
If you just put your hand down over her back and hold her, pull her gently out of the bag and onto the ground.
Where your hand is?
Yeah, head's that way. That's it. Oop, she's already going.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, that was fantastic. Well
That
done.
has made my life.
Well,
Good on you.
well done, you did good.
I'm on Rottnest Island, just off the coast of Perth in Western Australia. I've seen a few quokkas on my travels today, but for the most up-close views, I need to get back across the other side of the island. Darkness falls quick at this time of year, so no time to hang about. Quokkas were in fact the first mammals sighted in Australia by Europeans way back in 1658, when they were described as a wildcat. 40 years later, a Dutch sailor mistook them for rats and named the island Rottnest, which means rat nest. The word quokka itself probably originates from the local Noongar Aboriginal language. They call them quagga. The mainland wild population has virtually disappeared.
But here, they're able to thrive. There's no feral pests like fox and the cat on mainland, and the quokkas are everywhere.
Quokkas are generally nocturnal, especially during the summer months when they spend most of the day sleeping in the shade of bushes around town or in the dense vegetation across the island. The seeds, grasses, leaves and roots they eat are very low in nutrients, so to get around this, they swallow them whole, then regurgitate a cud, which they chew on to extract the most nutritious parts.
And people are told, and there's signs, don't feed the quokkas. So they're not necessarily in town because there's food around. But what they are here for is this tree above me. It's a fig tree, and the leaves are edible. When they drop to the ground, the quokkas eat them.
Breeding age comes about between 18 months and 2 years. Gestation takes 27 days, and newborns are 2.5 centimetres long. Quite big for a marsupial. Just one is born each season, and it will remain in its mother's pouch suckling continuously for the first 26 to 30 weeks. At around 6 months, the joey will start to come and go until it's too big for its mother's pouch. It will then stay by her side for another couple of months until it's fully weaned. The quokkas are an obvious main attraction to the island.
And what an experience for people to have. I mean, it's not every day you can go somewhere and have a little marsupial like this bounding around in the main streets of town.
But it comes at a cost. Human food is no good for quokkas. They get dehydrated and there's not the kind of nourishment they need from a biscuit or piece of cake. Despite them being so friendly, we need to respect they're wild animals. They're not supposed to be handled and they're certainly not supposed to be abused. Unfortunately, that's what can sometimes happen with an island dependent on tourism. I've enjoyed my time on Rottnest Island. It really does give a hint of what the rest of Australia should be like. I've still got some more critters to see tonight, but I'll be leaving here a happier man. Thanks in no small part to the happiest animal on the planet. Mention tree kangaroos and most people will give you a blank stare, even Aussies. But kangaroos that live in the trees do exist. Fair dinkum. We've in fact got 2 species in Australia. I'm on the Atherton tablelands and it's home to the Lumholtz tree-roo.
This morning I'm headed to the Tree Kangaroo Rescue and Conservation Centre. Tree-roos, they're in a bit of strife. The rainforest up here is being compressed, the habitat's being removed, and then there's roads that go right through their pockets of rainforest and they're often hit by cars. And on top of that, there's dog attack.
The centre itself is run by an old friend Karen and her husband Neil on their property. They've been caring for animals for years.
Hi, Tim. How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Good
Nice
to see you, Dom. This is Zoe.
Look at you.
Karen has 2 joeys staying with her in the house. Zoe and Benny, both rescued as babies.
So she fell out of a tree and her mother abandoned her because she hit her head and she was concussed. So we've had her for a couple of years now. She's a little bit grumpy this morning.
How old is she now?
She's 2.5.
2.5.
So she'd still be with her mum till she's 2.5 or 3.
Lot to learn in the forest, hey?
And especially because they're arboreal. So they spend a lot of time, well, most of their life up in the trees.
All right, what's the plan?
We'll put these 2 up in their enclosures for a while.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll go and feed the others. We've got 5 more in care that are wild rescues.
All right.
Just Benny to collect and we'll be on our way.
Oh, you've gone up the curtain. Come, boo.
These tree-roos can certainly be a handful around the house, but at least Benny's taken advantage of the climbing apparatus, even if it's not what it was designed for.
It's an insane household. So put him on your shoulder
Thank
and
you,
hang
mate.
on to his tail for your life.
Good.
So don't
Don't let go.
Don't let go.
Look at that.
If he gets a fright and he tries...
I've
Now
got
let's
him.
take them both up.
I'll follow you.
OK.
Zoe and Benny were lucky. Neither suffered any long-term effects from their injuries, but they were both too young to release. The first few years are extremely important in a tree-roo's development, so Karen has had to step in as a surrogate mother.
Right, we'll leave her for a second. She's got some...
There are other roos to care for, so to give Karen the time and also help stimulate wild behaviours, Zoe and Benny are popped into their enclosures.
Because I can't get anything done in the house with tree kangaroos. They're all day, so I have to give them a day out.
Where's he
so
gonna
he
go?
can go up there.
Okay, come on, mate.
Karen starts a day collecting browse. Half a ute full. That's some work.
They are leaf eaters and they live in rainforests, so we try to provide them with as much leaf as possible.
There you go, Benny.
And they'll love that. We give them a treat.
This is Karen, who runs the Tree-roo Rescue Centre in
So
Queensland.
they do cost me, slice
She
it
has
up.
7 in care at the moment and we're preparing their lunch.
I have you here every morning.
Yeah, I've done a bit of food prep in my time.
Karen supplements the roo's feed each day with sweet potato, carrot, apple, chickpeas and the occasional banana. Lumholtz are only found on the tablelands and only in what's left of the rainforest. That means they're travelling across open land and roads to feed. That leads them straight into danger. Space is limited, which isn't helped by the fact Karen has had 22 roos pass through her care in the past year alone.
Shelley was hit by a car and you'll see she's totally blind. She's got dislocated lenses, so
Yes.
her eyes are white. Spot the tree-roo amongst the leaves on, and this is just in a cage.
Here she is. Hello. Do you want some of this?
Walking around, I just can't get that number out of my head. 22 tree-roos passing through here in a year. It's just worrying. If people aren't more careful on the roads, we could have an extinction on our hands.
Here she is. Yep.
This is Ruby.
Ruby.
She's a beautiful little girl, but you can see she's got cataracts and a dislocated lens, so she was hit by a car.
The left eye's okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to release an animal that can only see out of one eye.
Sure. Tree-roos jump from branch to branch and they need two eyes to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
So after feeding Ruby, it's on to Scotty. He was found bouncing around a nearby town, bumping into things.
He is a little bit strange, this boy.
Is he?
So this is Scotty. I would normally
Hello,
not
Scotty.
do this with a wild animal, but we will have to go in with him. He thinks I'm his mum.
Yep.
So you would think that I hand-raised him.
Yep.
He's an adorable little boy.
Okay, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
I'll jump out.
Time for Zoe's exercise now. This is where I get to see just how agile tree-roos are up in the trees.
They do like their enclosures, but they love the trees better.
Yep.
Yeah, this is it. So we just bring around here to where the rope is.
Remember, Zoe and Benny are in a considerably better state than the other roos in Karen's care and could one day be released back to the wild. It's therefore important that they get as much experience in the trees as possible. As for the others, well, they will have a future. They'll be welcomed into breeding programs at zoos across the region and will help ensure the species' survival within captivity. I'm up and out early next morning to meet part of the team returning western quolls to the wild, here in the Flinders Ranges National Park. We're heading to a soft release pen. Orphan juveniles that were rescued, hand-reared and are now big enough for release were put in a week ago so they could acclimatise to their new surroundings. We've got 2 to collect from this pen that will need to be given an identity before they're released. These are 2 of 7 born to a female let go in the initial release. Sadly, she was killed by a feral cat, so her young were taken into care at Adelaide Zoo before they were brought back here.
Let's see what we've got. We've got one?
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. Settle down, mate. Hey. Cover him up. Settle down, buddy. So you just put the bag over the front. Hopping straight in, look at that. Beauty. Got another one.
Yep.
Ah, look at that. Look at that. Little female, maybe? The bag gets tucked under the trap and right around it, and it's obviously a dark bag, so as soon as that door goes up, the quoll sees the darkness within the bag, darts straight in, and he's captured. Right to go?
Yep.
Okay, got him. There you have it. Little quoll. We've got both the ones we needed from in here.
The initial release of 41 quolls went really well, and a checkup a few months later showed they were fit and healthy. A couple were lost to foxes or feral cats, but all of the females that were captured had active pouches. That fact alone was a massive boost for the team and meant the next generation of Flinders quolls was on the way. The juveniles are proof of that, And with them safely boxed away until their release later this afternoon, we can get on with our next job. The team has been called together for a briefing on tonight's work. It's time for another check on the population. They need to know it's healthy and, most importantly, reproducing. The traps have to be set late in the afternoon, so none of the quolls are caught in the heat of the day. Not much chance of that happening, given the quolls are mostly nocturnal, but it's a precaution worth taking. Catherine Mosley is leading the team dedicated to returning western quolls to the ranges.
A lot of releases are in fenced areas or offshore islands, but this one's not. It's quite different.
It is, and it's got its own set of challenges. So you get continual reinvasion of feral animals, so you're continually having to bait and remove feral cats and foxes. And also when you release the quolls, they can go up to 100 kilometres away, so you've got to try and find them in such a large area.
Yeah, and there's no quick fix solution. This is a big picture, long-term project.
That's it. Fox baiting happens, 4 times a year here. You've just got to keep those foxes down in the long term, otherwise they haven't really got a chance.
Now, the initial release, how successful has that been?
Yeah, it's been really good. We've lost some to cats, and we've had really good breeding success with all our females breeding, and we're just starting to catch new animals now.
If cat numbers are low and you're losing some quolls, well, quolls have other predators in the wild also, and so you expect some die off, but if your reproduction rate outweighs that, you're
That's
looking
right.
good.
And, they can have 6 pouch young at a time, breed every year, so you can sort of get a very large increase in population very quickly.
Very quickly. So I'm assuming the females would have come into oestrus. Did they have time to settle in and mate? What happened there?
Yeah, so we released them in April, and we got our first juvenile pouch young in the pouch, June, and they all started coming out of the pouch around November, December, and we're just starting to see those juveniles dispersing now. So
babies are a bit of an indication that something's going right.
That's right. Basically it's telling us that they're finding food all right, there's good shelter sites for them, and they just got straight into it, and pretty well maximum breeding potential was realised in the first year.
Quolls are reasonably small, but in a landscape like this, they're a big predator. What sort of function ecologically do you see them performing here?
Yeah, one of the things that's been really interesting since we released them is they've been feeding on a lot of rabbits. And so when we're controlling the cats and foxes here, there's obviously nothing then controlling the rabbits, which are also introduced. So having the quolls here feeding on the rabbits will hopefully keep that, introduced animal in check.
Yeah.
With 25 traps to set, the team has got a lot of ground to cover this evening.
Bag goes over. Just for a bit of protection. It's not cold here, but it'll make the quoll feel nice and secure inside for the little amount of time he's in there.
Right, well, she's ready to go, so...
This is a good spot?
This is a good spot.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Very excited.
Yeah, mate. That was amazing. Took off and kept running and then bunkered down. That was a very enjoyable moment for me.
It's great to see him back in the wild.
Yeah, too right.
Quolls are solitary and like their own territory, so we've travelled further into the pound for the next release.
This is our little girl.
So this is Rocket.
This is Rocket.
She's going to go off like a rocket.
This is the little one I put the collar on.
It is, yeah. She should have a collar on.
She took off.
That was great.
Yeah, there's nothing better than letting an animal go in the wild.
Doing well. All right, let's go.
Yesterday, I helped the bounce back team set 25 traps in and around Wilpena Pound in South Australia's Flinders Ranges. Catherine and her team released 41 quolls in the area a few months back. The idea today is to get a general feel of how they're going. We're on the clock though.
It's summer and temperatures can soar really early.
That means we have to be out at the crack of dawn to check the traps. We don't want any of the little quolls getting stressed.
The teams have spread out and are checking traps in the different areas that they've been set. We checked about 5 traps that were empty. Now we've come to one that's full with an adult quoll.
Got it.
9430 943 203 46687.
It's big. Oh, great.
You know him?
Yep.
Yeah? That's an adult male.
Releases, yep.
Original release?
Yep.
Isn't that fantastic? This quoll's name is Biggs and he's an adult male that was part of the original release. Now, because they know him, there's just some field data that's collected, like a weight, a general observation, obviously microchip to identify who he is, and he'll actually be released back into this area now. Inside, we've just noticed a scat, which is quoll dropping. And it's very interesting, and all the scats are collected because they can be analysed to see what the quolls are eating. This one's got a bit of fur, a little bit of bone. It's quite dense. What's the rest? There's likely just different types of meat. What are they normally
Yeah, they're
eating?
pretty broad diet, but we're getting a lot of rabbit fur, a lot of small mammals, and even bird feathers and
Yep.
bird eggs in there.
So rabbits are interesting because they're an introduced feral, so the quolls might actually help to control their numbers.
Yeah, hopefully, because we're controlling the cats and foxes that are their natural predators, then hopefully the quolls can take over.
Beauty. And you find, what, some reptiles, frogs?
Yep, reptile scales, lots of invertebrates. They seem to like centipedes and moths and things like that.
Okay, and you want that in the bag?
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Rather than hold Biggs all day, it's still early morning, we're going to let him go now. But different than releasing animals at night when you just let them go into the environment, they're aerial predators like eagles, so the safe bet is to put him down into this rabbit warren and he'll stay there throughout the day, come out at night and find his way home. All right. He's gone. All the way in too, that's great.
I've left Catherine to check the other traps and met up with Arthur Coulthard, who's a member of the Adnyamatna people, the traditional owners of the land round here. To them, these are proud times. The return of Inya, as they call the western quoll, is like the return of a long-lost friend.
All the occasions that I've spent coming out here with the Inya release, every time it's always great. And the Adnyamatna community and Adnyamatna Yuras, the people themselves, really welcome Inya back to Yatta country.
And just like so much of the land and its inhabitants, the Inya appears in a Dreamtime story.
Inya story comes from the northern Flinders. There's the Inya and the Radna, the Goanna. Inya and the Radna were partners back in the Dreamtime, but the Adnyamatna elders wouldn't allow that because they were breaking the law. So Inya and the Radna ran away, but the hunting party tracked them up and speared Inya, and Inya fell to the ground. That's why it's got the spots on its back. That's where it gets the spots. That's where the spots come from. And Radna got hit with the boomerang. So every time you see its tail, the tail will go swishy, swishy, swishy. Yep. And the boomerang swish, and swishy, swishy. And it's got marks down its side of its ribs. So.
This morning's trap check was successful. 4 quolls were found. You can't catch them all the time. Maybe the quolls are stuffed to the gills with all the rabbits they're devouring. The traps will be set again tonight. It's often the case that intrusions into a territory are treated with suspicion on the first night. However, just as I'm about to leave the Flinders, another one pops up.
Feel it. Tatty. Oh, I can't be Tatty. Too heavy.
That's Damien.
Could be Chilpa.
Damien.
Could be York.
Damien.
Zeus.
Damien.
658270.
Gobble.
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 All right.
Yeah,
we
that's
haven't been
good.
for a while.
That's good.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
That was good, Eloise, though. That was very exciting.
That's great.
And this one is giving reason for quite a bit of excitement.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That's
he
good.
has
How
bred.
many? 6.
Hey.
6 young. That's great.
So there you go, another 6 baby quolls born into the wild here in the Flinders Ranges.